How to slake lime putty, an essential ingredient to hemp sand lime plaster.
What did Grandma Penguin just say? Said to make sure we have 15 hugs a day.
I think we can do those. It's not that hard. Well, why don't we sing about it first? 15 hugs a day takes my blues away.
So all I'm doing is I'm opening this and I'm pouring it in, but you want to do it slow so that it doesn't explode in your face. Can you hear me okay? Some people say that you can just add the water to it, and some people do, and that's fine, but there's always a chance of an explosion if you put the water into the lime. If there's a chemical reaction that can happen. So I prefer safety first. I pour the lime into the water.
How much water, do you ask? We filled it about halfway. And the lime that we're using is type S hydrated lime from Whitecap. And there are a few different brands you can get locally depending on where you live.
And it's heavy. You don't want to breathe it in, because like anything else, small particles in the lungs is not a good thing. It's also caustic, which is why we use gloves, because it's alkaline. So sometimes I actually like to scoop a little bit in, so that I don't break my back. Make it a little bit lighter, and if you want to, well, I don't want you to get too close because of the, but I won't pour it yet. If you want to look at what happens to it, it kind of just slowly melts down, as opposed to mixing it. And so it's basically, it floats on the top, and then it slowly flakes down, and that's how it mixes itself.
So do you actually mix it, or
Nope.
you're just gonna slowly put it in and let it do its thing?
And let it do its thing. After I get a few more handfuls in. Trying not to get it on the ground. But it's not the worst thing for the soil, you know.
So this is just ground up limestone.
It's actually hydrated. And then there we go.
So in the old days, you could get lime putty straight from the kiln. We actually saw one when we were touring in Pennsylvania. Lime burning has been practiced for thousands of years, but most standing lime kilns date back to the 18th and 19th centuries. It's because earlier kilns were often small and didn't last that long.
And now, the bigger the tub, the better. So this is a little bit on the smaller side, but I think we can make it work. So we'll just check back in like 10 minutes. And if it's not melted down, we'll just add a little more water.
So is the ratio 1-to-1?
Yeah, it's about 1-to-1. But you always want to have enough water so that it sits on the top, so that it keeps it moist. So you want to have 2 to 3 inches of water sitting on the top when you're done. So we'll see if we need to add more water. So I guess in the meanwhile we can go get some more water.